We are surrounded by it every single day. I mean, you're probably using it right now. It's this invisible force that connects our phones, our laptops, our TVs to the entire world. And yeah, it totally feels like magic, but today we're going to pull back that curtain on Wi-Fi and show you exactly how the trick is done. So let's just start with the biggest question of all, right? How does an email or a video or this very explainer travel from that little box in your living room to the device in your hands with literally no wires attached? Let's dive in. All right, here's the game plan. We're going to break it all down into 5 simple parts. We'll kick things off with a super easy way to think about it, then we'll look at the gear you use every day, check out the latest and greatest tech, cover some crucial security stuff, and then finally, we'll put you in the driver's seat. Okay, to really get Wi-Fi, you don't have to be some kind of network genius. Nope. You just need to think about something you already know inside and out, the radio. Seriously, it's the perfect way to think about it. A radio station uses a giant antenna to broadcast sound out as radio waves, right? Well, your Wi-Fi router does the exact same thing, but instead of sound, it's broadcasting data. Your car radio tunes into, say, 88.5 FM to get music, and your phone tunes into a Wi-Fi channel to get data. It is the same exact principle. We're just broadcasting websites instead of songs. So what is Wi-Fi, like officially? Well, when we say Wi-Fi, we're really talking about a family of technical rules called IEEE 802.11. Yeah, it's a mouthful. It's just the super technical name for the set of instructions that lets all our gadgets talk to each other using those radio waves. Okay, so let's take a closer look at how that radio station in your house actually builds your network. Turns out there are just 4 key players that make your whole wireless world go round. And here's the thing, you already know all of these. The access point, that's just the blinking box your internet provider gave you. The clients, well, that's the phone in your hand or the laptop on your desk. The SSID is just the fancy name for the network name you pick from that list, like My Awesome Wi-Fi. And the password? Well, that's the secret code that keeps your neighbors from binge-watching shows on your dime. Now, you've probably heard about things like Wi-Fi 5 or Wi-Fi 6. Look, technology never, ever stands still. And Wi-Fi has been getting way faster and more reliable over the years. Let's take a look at just how much faster we're talking. I mean, just look at this. The evolution here is staggering. Look at that jump in speed. We went from around 600 megabits per second with Wi-Fi 4 all the way to over 9 gigabits per second with Wi-Fi 6. And Wi-Fi 7? That is on a whole other planet, promising speeds nearly 5 times faster than even that. That is an incredible leap in just a handful of years. But speed isn't just about the version number, it's also about the frequency, the actual radio band it's using. Think of 2.4 gigahertz like a long country road. It goes a really long way and is great at getting through obstacles, but it's slower and can get pretty congested. 5 gigahertz, on the other hand, is like a multi-lane superhighway. It is incredibly fast with way less traffic, but it doesn't have the same range, and it gets blocked pretty easily by stuff like walls. Luckily for us, you don't really have to choose anymore. Almost all modern routers are dual band, which just means they're broadcasting on both frequencies at the same time. Your phone or laptop is actually smart enough to automatically hop onto whichever one gives it the best connection at any given moment. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so we've talked about how Wi-Fi works, but let's get serious for a minute. Since the signal is literally flying through the air, anyone nearby could potentially listen in, and that makes security absolutely 100% essential. Over the years, our digital locks have gotten much, much stronger. We started with something called WEP, which is so insecure now it can be cracked in just a few minutes. WPA was a good step up, but really, the gold standard for years has been WPA2. It's what most of us are using right now. And the newest, absolute best option is WPA3, which is starting to show up on all the new devices. I want to pause on this for a second because it is that important. If you ever go into your router settings and see an option for WEP security, please do not use it. It is the digital equivalent of leaving your front door wide open with a sign that says, "Come on in." So here's your simple checklist to stay safe. It's easy. First, make sure your network is set to WPA2 or, even better, WPA3. And your password? Make it long. The longer the better. And mix it all up. Uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols. That is your absolute best defense. Whew, okay, we've covered a lot of ground, from radio waves all the way to security protocols. But knowledge is really only powerful when you can actually apply it. So now, let's put you in control of your own network. Here's a simple little exercise you can try. First, just pull up the Wi-Fi list on your phone. See all those names, all those SSIDs? Each one is a little radio station broadcasting nearby. Then, if you're feeling a bit adventurous, try logging into your router's settings. Now, the key here is to just look. Don't change anything yet. Just see if you can spot the settings we talked about. Can you find your security type, the frequency bands? You'll see all the theory we just covered right there in practice. So, after all that, what are the most important things to take away from this? 1. Wi-Fi is just a fancy radio for data. That's it. 2. Every single network is built from those same 4 basic pieces. 3. The technology is always getting faster, like way faster. And 4, maybe the most important of all, always secure your network with WPA2 or WPA3 and a strong password. And all of this brings us to what's next. With Wi-Fi 7 on the horizon, promising speeds of nearly 46 gigabits per second, that's fast enough to download dozens of 4K movies in a single second, it really makes you wonder, what new technologies, what new experiences will that kind of speed even make possible? What will you do with it?